going on?
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like,
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, like, yeah, it's wild. They'll just be like shit where it'll be like, go do this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing something. It's like, so you're not going to do it? And it's like, no.
You got to hustle.
It's like, yeah, but dude, it would have been like, I would have been 40 minutes late. And I'm like, oh, Cindy, I had to go pick up a certain food. It's like, eat something else. I can't baby. I'm like, I would, if I wasn't doing something, I will get you something. But Jesus fucking Christ, you use Uber Eats, get something else.
See, so
she wanted Chick-fil-A. She's like,
here's,
Chick-fil-A doesn't deliver. I'm like, get something fucking else.
You're dealing with.
I guess I'm a dickhead.
No, you're not, but you know, you got to appreciate the circumstances you're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're dealing with woman brain, right?
Sure.
And then pregnant woman brain, right? But not done yet.
Jesus.
And then you have what society says are the expectations that a pregnant woman is allowed to have, right? So you're dealing with.
So they are allowed to be. So you're saying like there's high octane rocket fuel in the tank, and there's just societies like checkered flags, like you can be a bitch,
Yes.
be a bitch,
Yes.
be a bitch, go.
100%. Keep it
Yeah,
going.
man. And people are just like, oh, yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, and she's just vroom.
Just a dude in flags, like bitch, now be a bitch.
Man, that's,
Ridiculous expectation to go. It's like, well, yeah, you should totally stop what you're doing and get all particular food on a moment's fucking notice. And it's like, dude, you're not in labor.
Yeah,
Eat something else.
yeah, but it's they think. Again, I can't speak for
Sure.
what a pregnant woman is going through.
Sure, I
but
can.
They
It's just like,
yeah,
it's just like a fucking nails in a chalkboard.
they literally think that they are actively developing a child in them.
True.
You know, like they don't think that this is a passive process, that is a biological thing that is happening in them.
Mm-hmm.
They think like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm forging this. So like when you're like, you're not doing anything, it's like, motherfucker, I'm forging a baby right now.
Well, that's the other thing. I think they should. And this is where this stuff kind of gets mixed up for me, because it's like we should totally let pregnant chicks chill. They shouldn't work. They should go home. They should relax. And again, there's just people like, well, you know, people have babies in war zones. It's like, whatever. It's sub-ideal.
100%.
Sub-ideal, dude. To have someone like pregnant and just like the stress of work, it's fucking bad. It's a bad thing to do. So on the one hand, it's like, I'm a woman, do everything I can, you know, do everything for me. I'm pregnant. You should realize this. And at the same time, like, and I'm in no way affected negatively by this process, and I should be able to do everything I want to do during this time. It's like, you're asking for two different things. Yeah. So I would like, yeah, you can't work, you're pregnant, like your thinking's all fucked up. They would just, I'd be fucking slapped. If I'm like, well, fucking man up, you're just pregnant. You can, you know, dude, it's like.
Well, Ansley had she works in the engineering field, so she's with like construction dudes all the time. Yeah. So when she was pregnant, you know, like fucking construction dudes, they don't know how to be around a woman. Yeah. It's just like she's pregnant, just like fucking cater to her. You know, so she was like living a blissful work life.
Yeah. Well, that's true, and that's, you know, that's how it should be. But fuck, man, it's just like some of that shit is just the expectation of like, come do this right now. And dude, if I wasn't doing something, I would go do it. Yeah. But it's like you have to chill. But again, it's you know, it's one of those things that's impossible, because if I took maybe 2 birth control pills, I'd be fucked up.
You should try.
I know a dude who snorted them in high school.
Did he get all effeminate?
I don't know. I fucked him. I fucked him right afterwards.
Yeah, we didn't get pregnant.
But yeah, dude, it was yeah, dude, it sounds so cliche, but the mood swings are just like fucking wild. Yeah. So I'm dealing with that right now.
Yeah, man. Good luck.
I know. Dude, there's no like, it is funny because it's just people laughing at you. Yeah. You're just like, yeah, that sucks. Like,
it does.
Thanks.
It does, but you could write it all down. You know what I mean? Write it all down, and then like when she's not pregnant anymore and she complains about the stuff you don't do, you're like, this is the shit I did. This is what I put up with. Yeah. And then this is the shit I did while I was also putting up with this.
How quickly they forget, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. I might start chronicling. I've thought about that before, but I was like, dude, that would, if you started being like, I never did that, and if I have compiled notes and I was able to like go to like an actual compilation of things, they'd freak, dude.
Women hate evidence.
True.
Women hate it, dude. It's like garlic to a vampire with them.
Yeah, well, exactly. They like to stay in the vague, like, remember? No, this was they go, well, no, and they'll go extreme confidence on the vaguest thing. They're like, I don't think, because I have like no short-term memory, so I'm at a total disadvantage. So I'm like, I don't think that happened. I just have a sense. She's like, no, and then like I'll find out it didn't, and it's just like, okay, well, whatever, sometimes make it right. It's just like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it has been good though. It really has. It's just just a couple, there's some surges every now and again. It's funny too, because I picked up the phone and it was just like, hello. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, yes. Yes.
Yeah. I had two pregnancies. So the second time around, I was like, you know what? Like, let me see. Mm-hmm. Let me see if I cater to this. Let me see what happens if I cater. Because I didn't know if I was causing a lot of my own friction.
Yeah.
Because I was just like you. It was like I get it, you're pregnant, but all of a sudden you're not a high level athlete anymore. Like you can't get up and do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
It's like, I don't get what just happened, And I'm not talking about like 9 months pregnant. I'm talking like 3-4 months pregnant. It's like.
Apparently carrying girls is harder on the body.
Yeah, especially when you're carrying two.
Oh, yeah, they're arguing in there.
Yeah. They were not getting along in there. Two women in that tight of a space for 9 months.
Oh, man.
Yeah, not even close. But no, the first time around, I was combative. I mean, I'm not going to, it's like, I can't, in my mind, it's like, I can't let you think that this is what it's going to be like forever now.
That's my thing. Where I'm like, I'm all about not setting bad precedents.
Always.
So that's a thing that I've been super like going with the flow with it, helping out, doing like, oh no, I got you. I'll do.
Yeah.
There's a certain thing of like, come to my job. I have a thing against dudes who go to their wives' or girlfriends' jobs. Like I hate it.
Yeah.
I not even I'll go there and bring her stuff, but I used to work in a pizza shop where a dude would sit there the entire time his girlfriend was on a shift.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I fucking hate the fact that this dude's doing this.
Dude, yeah. Definitely, because it's like, even if, just like, I'm not trying to fuck your chick, I definitely am going to flirt with her. Leave.
Get the fuck out.
It's like, I'm trying to sharpen a skill too, dude. It's like,
it's true. And it's a good space for a dude who's like and I could be wrong, but I would say like 80% of dudes are trying to cheat on their girlfriends or wives. That's in my universe, in my DC universe. It is funny because there was like I was working with a guy one time when I was doing the housing thing, and he was like, yeah, but like, he's like, I don't know, dude. He's like, doesn't it fuck you up? He was saying like, he's like, do you have a girlfriend? I was like, I have a girlfriend. He's like, yeah, I got a girlfriend too. He's like, doesn't it fuck you up how every dude wants to fuck your girlfriend? And I was like, I mean, I don't really think. He's like, every single dude that you walk by wants to fuck your girlfriend. And I was like, Jesus Christ, man. I was like, you don't have to think about it like that.
Yeah.
It's not. He's like, well, dude, everyone would. You'd fuck my girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't. He's like, trust me, dude. If you were alone with my girlfriend and no one knew, you'd fuck her. That's how people are. And I'm like,
okay,
right,
can I meet
It was
her?
like me confronting my brain. I was like, chill out, dude. Fucking relax. Yeah. Not everyone's trying to fuck your girlfriend.
But that's the thing. It's like, I don't know where I heard this. I heard this somewhere recently where it was like men are easy to get, hard to keep. Women are hard to get, easy to keep.
Wow. Who hit you? What sage hit you with that?
Dude, I don't know what it was, and I need to give credit to that person.
Fuck.
Because like when I heard that was like some high level player shit.
Sounds like old black dude wisdom.
It was a black person.
Yeah, that's something you hear that, and that's like, if I hear like Greek wisdom, I'm like, sounds like that's definitely old black dude wisdom. Where you're like, whoa, dude. I got put onto the audition phase. When I was in the laborers union, I would be like, when I was with my ex-wife, I'm like, you don't understand, guys. She's so cool. It's like the beginning thing. A lot of times girls will talk about like threesomes. It's the same thing, like threesomes, this, that, da 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 da. And you're like, no. I'm like, I hear you guys bitching about your wives and stuff, but like, and they were like, well, how long ago did you meet? I'm like, 3 months. Like, dude, she's in the audition phase, and I was like, fuck you talking? I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, all chicks do that stuff when you first meet them. I'm like,
yeah,
no, they don't. Like, dude,
yeah,
fuck, that guy was right. Motherfucker.
So I wouldn't let Ansley when we met. Like, I mean, I don't know what it was. Like, I really liked her right away. Yeah, and I was fucking a lot of chicks. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not even. Just like, I'm being objective. Like, this is like for journalistic integrity.
Yeah.
Like, I was fucking way too many chicks that I should have been fucking. Like, it was like ridiculous. But when I met her, I really, really liked her. And it was, I wouldn't let her do any of that cool chick shit. It was like, I was like, no, don't. We're not talking about that.
What kind of cool shit?
Just stuff? like you were saying, like that list of like, we'll talk about three, like just like being like almost like a bro, like Like you can tell sometimes when a woman is doing something to impress a guy.
Exactly. Well, there's two sets of cool chicks. There's chicks impressing chicks and chicks impressing dudes.
Exactly.
And they're very exclusive. I thought there's cool chick. There's like there's the female ego stuff no one ever talks about. Is like my ex-wife would talk about how this is probably why I'm fucked up about it too.
Yeah.
She'd be like, my ex-boyfriend would come bring me a sandwich. Literally, I would be at the beach, or he'd be at the beach and I'd be here, and I'd be like, I want a cheesesteak from where you're at, bring me one. And he would drive all the way and bring me a cheesesteak.
Yeah, your boyfriend was a pussy.
And I heard that and I was like, what a fuck. And I would always say it, I'm like, the guy was a fucking pussy. I'm like, that's insane. And then she was just like, well, and it's like, just knowing, just sitting on a fucking, dude, she was just sitting there watching TV, and she was like, I can get this guy to I can interrupt this guy's day and have him bring me a cheesesteak. And it's like, that's something they brag about. And they'll just call their friend and be like, oh, what are you doing? Nothing. Yeah, Mike's bringing me a cheesesteak. All the way from there. Yeah, I can, he's coming. Dude. And then they look at their boyfriend like, you won't bring me a fucking cheesesteak. And it just sets off this negative cascade. Yeah. No one ever talks about this, dude. No one talks about the female ego.
It's toxic.
It's brutal, dude.
Yeah.
It's so intangible that it's like if I'm like if I like the male ones traditionally like someone incoming and like it's like conquest and like domination. The female ego is exclusion.
Yeah.
So it'll be like we're gonna cut people out of the circle and then just like watch as people are like, whoa, why can't I? It's That's been my thing.
And the female ego 100% dominates the world, right? Mm-hmm. Because if like what are dudes out there? What are their egos really conquesting for? Pussy,
sure,
right?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
all you're trying to achieve. That's the pinnacle. To like, so one of the reasons I really liked Ainsley when we first met is you could just tell like structure wise, her physiology, she was gonna be attractive her whole life. Mm-hmm. She's gonna be an attractive gray haired old lady.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You checked out the bones and fucking muscles.
Yeah. I was let me feel that. Like I was like, let me close my eyes and daredevil this situation real quick.
That would be a nice app.
Yeah,
I mean they kind of have that in Snapchat where you can see like old face, but if they could do like a timed, they probably could, dude. They probably will get to that point in the future where you can do a genetic code and they can tell you like this is what you're going to pretty much look like using your genetic code in your picture now. They could probably tell you. I think they could probably set that up in like 5 years.
Just have it like. That if you could do that, you'd have the dating app of the world. Like then nobody would go to any other dating app but yours. Like if you could, just like you could see, because then you can really make a decision on people. You
can also like, dude, if that was on dating apps where it was like you swiped and it matched, and you just got to like double tap their picture.
Yeah,
dude, Italian chicks would fall, dude. You double tap and they all just like cherry bomb out. A lot of Italian chicks just go like get like wide. They just kind of like ball out.
Yeah, Puerto Rican style.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Italians are Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are Italians. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, it is. Yeah. It's like the blueberry from Willy Wonka. Yeah. When they get the blueberry stuff and just like they just become very spherical.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be tight. I'm telling you, you could do genetic code from Ancestry.com.
Yeah.
And then double tap the picture, and they're just like, that would be fucking, that's tough stuff. Although I have nothing but the utmost respect for someone who just shamelessly fat wives.
Oh, hell yeah.
Someone has a big fat wife and is like, yo, this is, I'm almost kind of jealous. That's such a sick fucking thing to have a big fat wife.
Well, to know that that's your thing and to have it achieved.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
I have lots of respect. If you just, like I said, because you can't help that, dude. That's going to happen. Yeah. Like again, I've said this before. Chicks' ultimate mission is to become fat and mean.
I can see that.
I've observed from living with two women. This is my two women I've observed.
Whoa.
I've watched their dietary habits.
Yeah.
They're only ever eating the most delicious stuff possible. Although you've shot that theory down. Because you kind of attributed that kind of to maybe a little bit of a racial thing.
It is a racial thing, but it's like,
a lot of white chicks will hit like plain yogurt and cottage cheese, and it's like, so that's true.
Yeah, but there is something to be said.
They still want a fucking brownie.
There's a large segment of the female population, just overall, that they do want to. I mean, like women don't like restrictions. Women don't like. I mean, accountability is what it essentially is, right? But accountability to anything, like women don't want to have to eat healthy.
True.
It's annoying. So it's, of course, like, all women, and then once they're like eating whatever they want, like all the fucking restriction that they did all that time, all the angst that they have, they're like, now I'm going to take it out on people.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a theory that I just formulated that all women are okay with slavery. It's like really think if you were to pull them secretly, if you could do a truth detector, lie detector, it would come off as a lie.
But like, listen, you'd be like, listen.
I think it was their idea.
Yeah, slavery.
Like, because anytime you pay somebody, they're like, "How much are you paying him? You don't have to pay him that much." It's like, dude, relax. You can't have slaves. You've settled this.
If only you say it to her. This is how you do it. If only you had a slave, though.
Oh,
right? Like no woman is saying no to that.
Yeah, dude.
And you could be like, in the slave, it could be your first ever female ex-best friend.
Ooh. It's basically Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I mean, she was like, you're free from slavery, but you have to basically do what I say. That was Daenerys and that lady's the lady who was going after the dude with no dong.
Oh, yeah?
That was their relationship.
100%.
She basically was like, you're free from slavery, but...
It was her slave friend.
Yeah, you're going to be my slave now, so...
Or, because, like, I'm trying to find a play on the word frenemy. It's like a...
Slavery?
Yeah.
You're like slavery. But yeah, I've like from being in school, I've observed a lot of women around food. So during finals time, and this makes no sense, dude. So like, imagine if like you were like we're mutually stressed, and I'm like, hey, I baked us brownies for us to eat to kind of take the edge off. You'd be like, all right, like I'd be like, here, make some brownies, just eat them.
Yeah.
They'll like bring each other sweet food when they get stressed about our finals, which are again the easiest, dumbest fucking things.
Yeah,
they congregate, and there's like all these little treats in there. And I'll be sitting there like typing something up, and they literally all come in and they see like a brownie or like some sort of granola bar, and they go, "What's this?" And it's like, you know what the fuck? This is a fucking cupcake. You know exactly what this is. You're like, you see me seeing you, and you have to now start this whole process where you're like, okay, what's this? And it's like, it's a fucking cupcake. You gonna eat it or what? Like what? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to graduate. I don't know how to play this fucking game.
No, because it's like it's like as soon as they see it, it's like they get hit with this. You just pick it up and you're like, wow, eat it. They'll like it sets off this thing. They'll see a brownie, like, who made this? I need her to make these for me all day, every day, dude. It's fucking it's weird. Seeing them interact with food is a strange thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, I'm healthy. Ansley, my wife, we're healthy people, and. Man, that girl eats so much mayonnaise and butter.
Yeah, it's not bad for you.
But she'll have a sweet treat here and there. Like a lot of stuff isn't bad for you unless you start adding sugar to it.
That's true. That's too true. That's true. I mean, you can eat the all meat diet and lose weight, but if you eat all beef and then cookies too, it's like you'll become so fucking fat
very quickly. That is a black diet, beef and cookies.
Either become super fat or just unbelievably fucking yoked and ripped.
Yeah.
It's one way or the other.
Well, we all start off yoked.
Beef and cookies is a good
diet, cookies, dude. Dog.
Oh my God, dude. That's Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
Beef and cookies.
Beef and cookies. That's his diet.
Damn. But yeah, that was my that's been the main aggravator for me. And it's like, dude, I try to be nice. I'm not being an asshole, but there are some things that are like, I get it. You're fucking pregnant. It's an amazing. I have like a whole new respect for like our relationship. I'm like, this is crazy. We're creating a kid. It really is like it's an eye opening thing. And you said this to me years ago, and it's like starting to kind of come true. The world sort of opens up when they're finding out you're having a kid. It's not like a secret society, but people start treating you differently.
Yeah.
And they'll usually you go to the doctor and like, oh, I'm here, my foot's fucked up, and they're like, yeah, sign a paper. When you're like having a kid, then that person starts telling you their like kid stuff. It's like an instant thing where you empathize with that person. As soon as you find out they have a kid, you're instantly kind of linked in a weird way.
Yeah, it's like a fraternity of some,
it is,
some
dude.
Kind,
It is. It's weird.
And you find because like no matter where you're in that fraternity, shared experiences.
Yes.
Like we know what this is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty wild.
Well, it's also a really perilous thing you're doing. You know what I mean? So like you're like, you see someone else, you're doing this too. I'm like, all right, cool. And you're like, and it's hard to explain, but I feel like everyone there is like, dude, like everyone we've come into contact with like different offices, that they all like have to relate their, where before it's just like, yeah, here, sign this and sit down, we'll call you. And it's really strange.
It is. It shows you how nice people can be, because it's like, once you're an actual parent, when you're about to be parents, like people treat you a lot differently than they treat you when you're a person with kids, right?
Yeah.
Because depending on what your kids are like. My kids are amazing when we go places, and they impress people. Like, oh my God, your kids are great. It's like, yeah, here.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see them at home.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But if your kids are like shitty in the world, people fucking hate you as a parent.
They hate you too.
They hate you. It's like, because you allow those kids to be shitty.
Yeah.
You know, and you, like, for me, and maybe I'm just speaking for me, but when I see people with shitty kids, I fucking hate those parents. I know how hard it is, how much work it takes to have kids that are not shitty.
Yeah.
And how much of a lifestyle, how
important it is to not do that too.
Yeah, but you got to sacrifice. Well,
that's what I'm saying. How important it is to not have shitty kids, and then you see someone doing it and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Because now your shitty kid's going to fuck with all this work I'm doing with my kid. It's very, it is a very...
You have to address other people's shitty kids to your kids all the time.
Really?
Yeah, because you got to be like, look, I know you're friends with this, and they get to do this, but they're not. You don't get to do that. That's not how our house works.
Damn.
Right? So it's like, you know, like, you listen, I get it. I get it. Some moms, when their kids fall, you know, they let their kids have like a cry portion.
What's a cry portion?
Where they just like cry, like, oh, it's okay, you can cry.
Yeah.
You know, like, no, let's assess this. Get up, assess the situation. Where are you hurt? Are you limping? Can you move? Can you still play? Then do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But why, you know, so it's like, now my son, who's 7, who's lived his whole entire life being conditioned to get up and move on, right? If he starts hanging out with a kid that is a little bit of a bitch, right? And his mom is letting him get away with bitch shit.
Yeah.
He's going to try it.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. They'll see that and be like, I guess I can try this one out.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what kids are doing anyway. I mean, you remember that. You're like building your personality off of all the fun shit you see other people and kids doing. So, yeah, it's like, I'm definitely going to try this out.
Yeah.
My son almost got arrested recently.
For what?
So him and he went to the playground on a play date.
What do they do with kids? They just throw them in the ice camp? You get arrested at like 9. They're like, all right, we'll throw you in with the fucking Guatemalans.
I don't know, man. It's like
you go in there with MS3, and they're like,
like they all come out with neck tattoos and shit. Yeah. It's like,
so he almost got arrested?
Well, no, he got the cops called on him. So he was they went on a play date. They were at a park. How
old's Phineas?
He's 7.
What is like a cop callable offense on a 7-year-old?
I agree with it. Let me just tell you that.
Yeah.
I agree with
what happened.
So him and his friend wandered off. Like, and my wife was with her mom and my daughters, and like they're both 7. You know, they're boys. They get a little bit of a longer leash. You know, we're free range parents. Let me just put that out there. So. And they wandered off, and the other kid doesn't get that kind of freedom. Finn does. Yeah. So the moment they got that kind of freedom, he started. He wanted to do crazy shit. You know what I mean? It's like, and of course, I can't let my son know that I know that it was this kid's fault. I'm telling my son, like, listen, when this type of shit goes down, you're an accomplice. You're part of the crime. You're a criminal too. Yeah. Right. So, so he decided that they would go to where the cars were leaving this park and tell people, because there was a stop sign, windows are down, it's a beautiful day, and tell people that they were poor and needed money.
Fuck yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they were out there telling people
they're panhandling.
Yeah, they're panhandling. So
how far away from your house was this?
It was miles away. Like, they went and met them. Like, it was like, you know, and
that's so fucking funny.
Yeah. And you know, my son was like, Finn was like, I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
How
much did they get?
$2.
Okay.
It's
$1 each?
It's pretty, it is $1 each, right?
Yeah.
So when they went back to their parents and told them what was happening, his mom was like, "Oh, you can't be doing that, give me, and took the $2.
What?
Yeah. And it's like, I get it. Like, there's a lesson to be learned here about
$1 of that's mine.
Yeah. That's $1 of that lesson is my dollar. It's like, you know what I mean? Like half of that lesson should be coming home with us.
It's fucking bullshit, dude.
It is. I wasn't there though. Ansley,
you think the mom masterminded that whole scheme?
Dude, she probably sent them out there to panhandle. Yeah, she did. She did.
Oh my God. What kind of street were they panhandling on?
It was the parking lot of a park. So it was as people were leaving a park. But the street, it was, it was like in a nice neighborhood.
Funny though. It's like two little kids were walking around asking for money.
Yeah.
It's like someone was like, "Didn't call the fucking cops."
Yeah. Well, it was. I mean, it's just not safe for them to be doing that.
Sure.
Any weirdo could like yank them. So and that's
that's actually really unsafe.
So I say that to my son. I'm like, this is why it's unsafe, because anybody in a van could just come and grab you. Anybody in any car could come. If they decide they want a kid today, they could just take you. You're very easy. You're
especially
easy
if you get a financially motivated 7-year-old. That's like the worst thing you can have roaming around.
Yeah, dude. It's like, because that other kid would have gotten into a car.
For sure.
It's like, well, I can give you $2 now, but if you get in my car,
you guys would have more than
$2. Yeah. So
damn, dude. Whose idea? So he said that was the kid's idea?
It was a kid's
also,
idea.
where does a 7-year-old generate that idea from? That's my question.
Well, so the reason I got to be careful not to use, his mom is running for like a political office. And she's been going door to door.
Makes sense.
So he's been seeing that, and she's been encouraging him to be able to go out and meet people and stuff like that, which is, I get it. This is your life, but he's a child.
Yeah.
You shouldn't encourage him to do that now.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Damn. So he was out basically canvassing.
Yeah, for money. He's canvassing for donations to get his mom elected. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
It is.
Well, thank God. Yeah, thank God they're fine. That could have taken a fucking tough turn, dude.
Yeah, but I'm proud of my son for a couple reasons. So when the cops came, he started hiding his clothes. He was like, he saw the cops going over asking different parents questions.
Yeah,
and he must have, maybe he heard the description, but like he started trying, like he got in a low squat and he was like hiding his shirt and he's like covering it with his arms and his knees.
God, dude.
Yeah, and it was, and she goes up to my wife, Ansley, and she goes, yeah, have you seen a couple kids, one of them's wearing a bright orange shirt, and she's like that bright orange shirt?
Oh, so you guys weren't that far.
He tried, he was like, he said he was, so I talked, you'll have the let mom deal with it, then come deal with dad, tell me the truth. As long as you tell me the truth, then after this we can talk shop, right? So we're talking about it, and he was going to run when he saw the cop, right?
I was hyped on that. Did he fucking just book?
Yeah, but so it made more sense, he said, to like hide behind the equipment, because if he would have ran, she would have seen his bright orange shirt.
True, yeah.
So I'm like, dude, you fucking thought that out. You know what I mean? It's like, hell yeah, that was the right thing to do. Like, you probably should have gotten on a slide or in a tunnel or something, but you know what I mean? I fucks with it.
Yeah, you should have tried to disappear into the crowd.
Yeah.
I tried doing that once, like completely ineffectively, when I was at a concert and I jumped down to a lower level. And then I was like, I'll just jump into the crowd and it'll swallow me up and absorb me. And I jumped into the crowd, and the crowd completely separated away from me, and I just got identified and tackled and dragged out.
That guy in the middle of the crowd right there.
I also jumped into a bunch of people, and everyone's natural reaction was like, oh, what the fuck, dude?
You're a maniac.
Yeah, I was zooming on Adderall and fucking balloons and all that other shit. I was like doing nitrous oxide and Adderall and smoking weed, and I was fucked up.
Dude, that jump was so much less graceful than you thought it was.
Oh, dude, it was basically, I probably fell. I probably fell into a bunch of people because I had to jump down, and that jump was a lot higher than I thought.
Yeah.
So I was like shocked from the jump, and then people were like coming to get me, and I was like, I'll just disappear into this huge mass of people, and it was just like. Yeah. It was crazy to see this crowd just interact that way and be like all unanimously be like, whoop, single me out. I'm like, yeah, all right, fuck you guys.
Dude, it would have been crazier if you would have just slipped into the crowd undetected. Like if they wouldn't have, you know what I mean? If you would have just like pencil dove your feet into the crowd.
It made sense, but yeah, that would have been insane.
That would have been crazy.
I think I've told this story before, and I think I have. When I got I was at the Beastie Boys concert when I was like 19. I was delivering beer at the time. I remember I was working late. You ever, like, whenever, like, especially like when I was like 19, like, I would drink a lot, and like when your friends are already drinking and you're not drinking, it's like, oh, I gotta catch up right now.
Yeah.
So I got off work and I just like started pounding fucking beers, and people had like the nitrous balloons, and I was like smoking weed. And my friend, I was like, I'm so fucking tired. So he was like, here, take an Adderall. And I didn't know, I was young then. I cannot handle stimulants, dude. Yeah. I go into full like manic mode. Like I just instantly go into a mania basically, of like I'm fucked up. And it's like you throw the alcohol into that. I'm like it's like, you know how like people take it to study. I'll like focus exclusively on horrible ideas, where I'm just like, oh fuck yeah, and I get like total motivation to carry them out.
Yeah.
So we went in.
That's pretty sick.
It's pretty tight actually. Like the last time I had Adderall, I was in Westchester when I was drinking on it, and I just literally saw a cup of soda. And it was like from a block away. And I just like honed in on it and walked up and just kicked the fuck out of it. And people were sitting there eating food. I just kicked their soda and was like, I'm sorry. Like I was like, I meant nothing by it. I just saw it there and I kicked it. It was, dude. So I was in the concert. My brother, like we were kind of close, but there's still like a level to drop down and then go up. And my brother left for like 5 minutes. And I was like, dude, he's been gone forever. And I was like, there was a moat. And I was like, all I got to do is jump down. It was like a 10-foot drop, then a moat full of security guards. And then there was, if you climb the rail and jumped in, I'd be on the floor right near the Beastie Boys of all fucking people.
Yeah, yeah.
So I ended up doing, I jumped over, got kicked out, went back in, lost my shoe, went back into the concert with one shoe on, and then saw my friend getting kicked out. They mistook us. So I was just like, I walked up, I felt kind of bad about it, and they saw me again, kicked me back out. So then I kicked my other shoe off, and then I snuck in with the Aramark workers. I definitely talked about this on here before. Snuck in with the Aramark workers, and then crawled under the bleachers. And a guy saw me walking down there, and I ran away, climbed up the bleachers, and squeezed through a crack, like a one that would actually fit my head.
Yeah.
Squeezed through and just emerged from underneath the bleachers. And a lady was like, what the fuck? And I was like, no, relax. And then I just fucking watched the rest of the concert. That's like literally why I can't. I would have got kicked out and been like, all right, I'll just get the fuck out of here. But I also had no phone on me.
Yeah.
I had my phone was dead. I had no money because I had sweatpants on, so I didn't want anything in my pockets. So I was like, just got to Philly, didn't know my way around, had no resources on me and no sneakers on. And I was like, I got to get back into the concert.
Dude, you're seeing this I see this as a win. I mean,
it was a win. It was a huge win.
Like in that moment, like you said, with no resources, no shoes.
Yeah.
You still found the crack in the security.
I know.
Like, dude, you still did it.
I walked in with Aramark. Since I had no shoes on, I pulled my sweatpants over my feet because I thought that looked less obvious.
You look like a fucking Muppet of some kind. Like, what is that?
And I got
wearing a onesie. What is he doing?
I got right in, and it was like, holy fuck! I'm down here on like this. I was close to backstage where I was, and I remember thinking to myself like, you just got to act like you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And I remember, luckily, I grew up listening to the Beastie Boys, so I knew all the words, and I'd walk past people, and I'd be like, I'm with the band, and I was like very confident about being back there.
Yeah.
And people were letting me slide. People were like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
and then once I went under the bleachers, and I was in like the matrix of all the weird fucking stands, some guy saw me, hit me with a flashlight. I was like, hey, and I was like, dude, you can't catch someone back and none of that stuff. So I fucking
security. They never have. They don't have the right knees for that.
Nah, dude, and you can't. And you can't catch a 19-year-old kid on Adderall, dude. He's fucking in no shoes on. I was like Spider-Man, dude. I was climbing those little things. It was pretty fucking wild.
I did the same thing. All the different exits and routes and shit. He was just still trying to figure it out.
I tried the first fucking hole. My head got stuck, and I was and I had to climb back down, dude. I did the same thing at Live Aid. I went down to. I was with my like high school girlfriend. We went down there. And it was the same thing. It was a backstage access thing. And I was like, we were both drunk. And I was like they were letting press through. And I was like, we're with Channel 6. And I said it very seriously and very sternly.
Yeah.
And they were just like, and I'm like, come on, seriously, I don't have time for this. And like walked past them. Dude, I got back there and I saw Rob Thomas from
holy shit,
whatever the fuck he's from. I always say Rob Thomas from that song. What band was he in?
I don't know music, man.
So smooth. Rob Thomas is the guy from he did a song So Smooth with Santana. It's like an ocean. He did that, and he had a band. I can't think of the Fuel. I don't know what it was called. His band was called. But I saw Rob Thomas. I remember walking past. Rob Thomas was the only person who was like kind of cool. I saw Chris Tucker, and like I was like, oh hey, and I was in an area where I was supposed to be like professionals and journalists, and I'd be like, oh fuck, it's Chris Tucker. Oh hold on. Oh Rob Thomas. Oh what's up, dude? And then like I watched Chris Tucker give like a speech to a bunch of people, and then like eventually I went to get like directly backstage where people were like, so I could see performers, and that level of security I got snuffed out, and they kicked me out.
Still though, you should have popped an Adderall and got in.
I know. I'm very good at breaching security.
Yeah.
Very good at breaching security and also like assessing loss prevention systems and just completely taking advantage of them.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, but it's dangerous, dude. Like the self-checkouts, I've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it was like I can literally scan all the options and then simultaneously like what the actual repercussions would be according to like a criminal code, because it's like it's like I don't know how. You can't assume I know how to use this machine.
Yeah.
I can make a mistake. And if you bring it to my attention before I leave the store, that's not stealing. Yeah. I made a mistake.
That's I mean, I have ways that I steal, but I do it at Whole Foods.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I always so here's my trick, because they have such an honor code at Whole Foods.
Yeah, I almost feel bad it's such an honor code because I used to pillage them.
Well, you get the right person.
True.
Right? You build up a little bit of relationships here and there, and then so I get to always use the small cart and always put stuff on that bottom part of the cart.
Oh yeah.
Right, and I unload all the stuff. Keep the cart close to the
laundry detergent is a good one. A big fat laundry detergent from Target on the bottom. It's like $25.
Dude, I put like whatever racks of ribs down there.
Woo.
It's like
the meat's a big score.
Yeah, I get away with it, dude. So what I do is I pay for all my stuff and then I'm leaving. And then like I wait till the next, like I go slow because I usually have my kids with me.
Yeah.
So I like go slow, and then once the customer starts getting rung, I go, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. But like I kind of don't make a big deal out of it because I don't want the other customer to know what just happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like and point down to the bottom, and they'll either say, oh, you can go to a different register or whatever, or they'll say, oh, just and like they'll wait me to leave. So I'll just...
Because in that moment, all that cashier cares about is the length of its line and this customer service and this person not getting like jammed up.
Yeah.
If you work on a register, like when I used to do food, you like that, like the onslaught of like oncoming customers, you feel that all. That's like a load on your nervous system all day long. So you feel that when I would be making food and or doing the registers when we're in the lunch truck and you see a line of people, you're just absorbing all that impatience the whole time. So they're doing that too, and to them it's like a quick, easy decision is like, fuck it, just take it. It's nothing away from me. That's pretty ingenious because I'm all about foolproof ways like that.
Yeah. See, and that's what so my thing is, so I've never been a good thief because I just don't have the confidence for it.
Yeah.
Like I stole one time, remember when like those tiny keychain super soakers were popular?
Yes. I
stole one of those from Brad. Like, dude, I used to do sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's fucking right? That's so sick.
And I used sleight of hand to steal this. Dude, it was like
How old were you?
It was I was probably like 12.
Damn, you sleight of handed a fucking super soaker keychain?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. I used it was one of the sick. I stole it right, and that was like when I developed I do it right in front. So I stole it literally right in front of the worker.
Yeah, I'm a big fan at Home Depot where like you get a really nice paintbrush and you just leave it carelessly hanging out of your pocket. Yeah. So it doesn't look like you're trying to conceal it. You're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then you let the beepers go off and you just stand there and you just look at them like, here's my receipt.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, here, look through. And I start digging through the cart with them. I'm like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, just get out of here.
Yeah.
Because most those beepers are just a nuisance, and it's funny because everyone goes, oh, and then you stand there and smile like, what the fuck? And then like, dude, as long as you're cool, it's a bad thing to teach, but dude, the Whole Foods hot bar is the most like their fuck up is doing and this is where I'm like, I kind of hate myself because they're trying to use like compostable, biodegradable material, and then in my head I'm like, ooh, $50 fucking probiotics. You get a little brown box, put a little bit of rice in there.
Yeah.
And you dump that thing in there, so you just pay for the weight of it. Rather, you pay for like it's $4 instead of $50. But it's like people are trying to use like earth-friendly material, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I can steal probiotics. I can steal acidophilus.
Yeah, you got it, man. I ended up I had that super soaker for like 3 days.
The keychain.
The keychain. And I was spraying this chick, and she started running, and like chased her a little bit, and like I tripped on something and sprayed my ankle. So then I developed this superstition immediately that it was like because I had this stolen. Because like, I mean, even back then, I was really high on myself for my impeccable footwork. Yeah. So the fact that happened to me, of all people, it was like, nah, this is like that was God.
Yeah.
So I took it back. I took it back to Bradley's.
Yeah, my religious code was strictly sexual. I would steal with impunity when I was little, but I would jerk off and feel bad for like 6 days. I'd be like, fuck. For some reason, stealing that never crossed my mind. I would steal stuff when I was little and just be like, yes.
Yeah.
Then like I would like jerk off in my bathroom and be like, fuck, dude. It's coming for me. Because I was in Catholic school, so I was being fully psyoped on all fronts. But it's funny, too, because even the whole concept of hell, of like where like the fury, like the Inferno after comes from like Greek and I mean I'm sure it comes from shit before that.
Yeah.
But that's also present in Roman and Greek mythology. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean my mom and my sister stole, so I knew it was like fucked up.
Yeah.
Because they were fucked up. So it was like, oh, I know that's wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it was again, I like to make people give me stuff. It's a different type of steal.
Yeah, that's kind of different.
Yeah.
See, I like to see it, like I said, when the stores did the self-checkouts, it's almost more of a curiosity thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, like how perfectly is this engineered? Or is this how much does this depend on people's perceptions? Where like if I'm just like jovial, moving around, and if I act super confident, well, people think I'm stealing, and it's like they don't.
No,
they don't. And those systems are like, dude, one of the key ones is like you go in Target, you grab, pop a couple price tag, you look at clothes and pop the price tag off, and you get a couple high ticket items, and then you just keep that price tag in the cart. So when you lift it, you grab the price tag and put that over the barcode, and you're scanning it. And then you just drop that little price tag, and then or you can crumple it up in your hand. You put that away, so they're watching you scan things.
Yeah, that's sleight of hand.
And it is sleight of hand. It actually is big time sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's some sleight of hand.
And then you walk out, and you're just like, the key too is you don't go crazy. You're just going for a couple free things. Yeah. Don't try to fucking walk out a fucking ghost cart with like nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, I did that at Walmart. I got a little greedy at Walmart, and they stopped it, went over my receipt, and they were like, dude, there's like 30 items missing. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's that. Come here, let's bring it back. And I the whole time kept it cool. I'm like, no, this is crazy. I can't. This is come on. Let's go back. We went through it, and I'm like, that you're saying I didn't ring up this thing, and I didn't ring up this thing. It's like, wow. And the whole time they were just like, they watched me ring everything up. I'm like, thank you so much. And they're like, yeah, okay, dude.
Yeah, I have an uncle.
That's why I stopped. Actually, that's why I finally got like, without. Yeah, so it was like without So I had a partner. Without ratting them out, it was like I was like, look, don't go to there. They're excited and.
Dude, my uncle Greek, right? And like Jimmy is his real name. Mm-hmm. James, but he is a retarded man.
Sick,
right? He's not like Down syndrome,
sure,
but like it was noticeable at birth. Like they knew at birth that he had the mongoloid or whatever they called it. You know what I mean? It was like whatever, I don't know what they called it back then. But so my grandmom was like, never tell him. Yeah. To like siblings and stuff. So he like grew up thinking he wasn't.
Did you see the new Jungle Book?
Nah.
When like they don't tell him he's a wolf, he's like he's not a wolf. He's a boy. They don't tell him he's a boy, and he thinks he's a wolf the whole time.
Yeah.
So he was Mowgli.
He's Mowgli. He's a Mowgli. He was just Mowgliing around, right? Just like, dude, it's like he was always like. He was like real good at sports too. Mm-hmm. Like he was exactly
fucking rocket, dude.
Super strong, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He was like football and wrestling.
Not worried about dropping the ball.
Nah,
it's like give me this thing,
dude. It's like you tell him like that is your ball. You don't let anybody get this ball.
As far as going, Yeah, that's a huge advantage of like. There's not like, what if I drop it? What's going on? It's just like run as fast as you fucking can at all those people and try to get past them. It's
That's
just like
literally
no doubt,
what they
dude.
did. He was a fullback.
Oh man,
he was a fullback.
Perfect.
And then he was a wrestler, but he was strong, but he would get up against people that were like way more skilled than him.
Sure.
And wrestling is one of those things where like this skill it comes to a level like where your strength doesn't matter anymore. So so he used to get stabbed all the time. He was fucking crazy. He was crazy, bro.
If you're fullback in the world, dude, you'll end up getting stabbed. If you're head down, plowing.
Yeah. You can't all stop the world, dog. But
damn.
So he got caught stealing an apple. From Walmart, right? And they caught him with it. And
Would he get caught by like a Monsanto drone?
It's the only thing that could take him. It was like shooting darts.
What's the penalty for apple thievery?
Well,
I feel like it's stricter.
So he got out of the building and like somebody came at him.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, you stole the apple, and he's a big guy.
Sure.
He ate the apple whole.
God damn, dude! This guy can't be stopped,
dude. No.
That's the other thing too. If you got the mongoloid gene, you're not scared of eating the apple core,
dude. You don't even know what it is. Yeah, it's food. It's all food. It's like an apple. You just eat an apple.
Like, you ever see a horse eat an apple? Yeah. He just fucking crushes it.
It's basically.
So he's horse to fucking apple in front of loss prevention.
Yeah.
Also, it sucks that guy to be like, I think that guy stole an apple. And you're like, God damn it.
Yeah. But he probably like.
So he just chomped the apple.
That's probably how he eats apples. You know what I mean? That's like.
He just started eating it from the top and just went down.
Yeah, he just put the whole thing in his mouth and swallowed it.
Fuck.
And so somebody.
So what happens then? You got to fight then. It's like, I'm going to fucking fight you now.
That's why he ate the apple. Just put it somewhere safe while we fight.
You'd have to like refer to like the Quran in order to be like, what do you do to a market thief who then eats the apple? It's like, well, it's like that's probably 40 pages.
That is Hammurabi's law.
You go to Hammurabi. I think like his sister should have been like hit or something. If you get caught stealing an apple and then you eat it in an entirety before the palace guards, your sister, something bad happens to a female.
Dude, you got to pick the right sister because my fucking
shit.
So I have like this legendary fighting family in my town.
Yeah, you're
like,
telling me
that's not bullshit. That's real talk. Like,
yeah.
So and then my dad is like this legendary like Golden Gloves boxer kind of thing.
Damn.
So it's the women in my family like carried the legacy way further than the men because the men would fight in the street and stuff, but like most of the legacy from the men, like my uncle that I'm named after is like a state champion in wrestling. So like, he was like more official.
Yeah, there was channels for him to like take that out where people were like, oh, nice.
Yeah. But like my mom is like a legendary street fighter, so she was like fucking people up in the streets like for money. It's sick, dude. Fuck. It was sick.
So they would like fight like you're talking about like.
So there would be like there were
like financially incentivized.
Yeah, fights with betting.
Damn, dude, who was organizing this?
The hood community. It was community organizers.
So this was like was this anywhere near the Walmart where your uncle just chomped an apple?
100%. That's actually that project housing community is where he was living at the time. It was like walking distance from the Walmart.
So he walked back with a full apple belly. I was like, oh, sweet, girl fights again. Perfect. I'm just in time for girl fights.
Yup.
Damn. So she was pretty good then.
Yeah, so my mom used to go up to Easton and train at like a boxing gym.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was crazy. So she would go like, and she would, so my mom would, I only saw a few of those fights.
Yeah.
Like those fights. I've seen my mom get another like fights like where somebody said something. My mom's like, don't talk to me like that. And
yeah, like Conor McGregor just punched an old man in a bar.
Basically.
Same thing.
Yeah. And like, I saw plenty of those fights.
Yeah.
And so with those fights, it was like once the fight was on them, they were like, I had no idea it was going to be this. And it was like people, they were like, okay,
Stop.
Yes, please. And then, but with the I guess the more sanctioned fights.
Yeah.
So I mean, my mom would be out there and she'd have like this super sharp boxing form and like sick jab.
Yeah,
dude, it's just like and fighting women that are like windmilling.
She was ahead of her time.
Way ahead of her time.
Yeah, she was. That's all it was. She was ahead of her time.
Dude, it was. I mean, I saw my mom do some impressive shit.
I wonder if that would help girls to let them fist fight each other.
I mean, my mom was the most confident woman I knew.
I'm about to say, I think it would knock off a lot of the dumb bullshit.
No, not at all.
No, you're right.
Not at all. Yeah. It just
then they can after you lose a fight, they can then hurt you with a relational aggression and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Then you lose a fight, and then you can just I'll just spread a horrible rumor about her.
Dude, my mom would beat people up and then talk shit at them forever.
Damn.
She would break people. People moved away because of her.
Damn.
Yeah, she chased people out of town.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
So she'd beat them up and then just run them down. Be like, I'll beat your fucking ass. I'll do it again.
Yeah, but my mom is like, she's funny.
Was
she's
she
clever.
Shibo? She's fucking Shibo, dude.
She was. My mom was a little.
I've been thinking of puns the whole time. And finally, one connected.
That's perfect.
One
that's
landed.
Perfect. Although she was like, she was like
smoother. You're saying.
Well, the way she
smoother.
would talk trash, she was closer to Smokey. You know.
So that's she was more of a smooth operator, which is kind of devastating.
Yeah.
To have someone beat you up physically, then be able to mentally scorn you as well.
Yeah,
that hurts.
And she was like, she had her style of fighting is dude, this is like fun to talk about.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, but this is her style of fighting was like a mix between Floyd Mayweather and any one of those Nate Diaz, people that overwhelm you, Max Holloway, but somebody who doesn't get hit as much. So
she was a counter puncher that would go on very hard offensive sprees.
As soon as she would see you wilt a little bit, it was
God.
It's on. Now she picks it up, and she was my mom was also a state champion in the 100-meter dash. So
Shit.
she was like a hyper athlete.
She's explosive.
Yeah. So she was like, dude, I saw some shit, man. It's like
Jesus.
Yeah. So it's she taught me how to box. She taught me how to box, and that's probably why I was I had an aversion to fighting.
Yeah.
Because it's she had me out. So she would take me out front and with boxing gloves, and we'd be boxing and stuff. And then people knew about my mom fighting, so a crowd had developed of peers and stuff.
Yeah.
So then my mom would make me box the kids that were watching to work on the shit we just went over, and she never put me with somebody my age.
Yeah,
it was always older kids.
Yeah, and, well, it's amazing how important that. Well, I feel like it's not anywhere near as integral to be able to fist fight really well. That was a real point of pride and an important one too. Yeah, because if you're living in an area, it's kind of quiet. Someone's fucking with you, can go beat their ass. Before now, it's cops, lawsuits, all this shit. Back then, it was just someone came and beat your fucking ass.
Yeah. Well, see, I was more of a runner than my mom would have liked me to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was really afraid to get hit. You know what I mean? I didn't want to get hit. And she was get over there. Trying to make me.
Yeah.
So, we had to have that's how judo came in. It was we had to have a sit down talk. This was listen, I need to learn something else. I can't fight this way.
Yeah, I don't want to fight a bunch. Yeah, I just don't want to do this.
No, not fighting was not an option.
Yeah.
It was.
How'd she feel about judo?
She thought it was gay.
Really?
Yeah. It was No. She was a little embarrassed that I was doing it.
You were a martial artist.
Yeah, she thought that I was she thought that it was me trying to avoid fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was but which she didn't know. It was I was gonna end up being a little bit of a legend. You know what I mean? It was in a little bit of a different way. So
she wanted you to be a classic brawler.
Yeah. I mean, I never got hit.
Yeah.
It was, and that's one thing I never started fights either. I was always a counter fighter. People would, so most of the fights that I got in were because my mom beat up somebody's mom.
Yeah.
Kept talking shit. Was tearing their family apart. You know what I mean? And then the sons would just like start developing a hatred for me.
I mean, that's like classic. That's like timeless.
Yeah.
Of course, dude, you guys are enemies. You have no choice.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're not going to be like, yeah, what the fuck are our moms? You're like, I'm going to fuck you up, dude.
Yeah, but my mom would always fight. So my mom...
That would work on me now. If someone's mom started bullying my mom, I would instantly start like wanting to fight their offspring.
Oh, 100%. But my mom fights outside of her weight class, so she fights bigger chicks.
Man.
So to have bigger kids, you know what I mean? It's like,
fuck.
So it's like the people, she's beating up the moms of the kids who everybody in the neighborhood is afraid of.
Fuck.
You know, so it's like, stop it, mom.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Yeah, so it was, it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah, because ours were more like our older cousins would organize us and make us fight each other. And it was more for their entertainment. They would like put on boxing gloves. We would fight. Somebody would end up crying, and then like the parents would be like, "Stop, knock that off."
Yeah,
that was pretty. That was kind of the like we had boxing gloves, and like, the older kids would organize fights. And then as you got older and you had younger cousins, you'd make them fight and be like, "All right, fight each other."
I would have loved that because I was like the only one of my cousins that was living in those project housing developments. So I was developing a different way than they were. They were soft as fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I would have loved to be organized. Like I would have probably thought I was a fighter, thought I was a boxer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you weren't getting forced to fight kids bigger than it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So I had to fight. I'd have to box my older cousins, and it's just like, just terrifying. I remember being little and being like, "This guy's gonna hit me. It's gonna hurt. I'm not going to win.
Yeah.
This is not fun."
Yeah.
There wasn't like a fight there to be had. It was just like, I'm going to lose this. This guy's gonna beat me up, and everyone's cheering this on.
But dude, even the older kids outside of that isolated neighborhood community,
yeah,
they just looked different to me. I was a feral kid to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even I would have had no problem with some of those softer older kids, but these are like I'm now fighting against, you know, older kids who are forged in this fucking environment.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Who got like 3 years more of whatever
Puberty
the fuck this
shit.
is on me?
Yeah,
you know?
and that's with boys. It's like a couple years older than you. It's
Yeah,
a big difference.
dude,
They're
he's
starting to get
angry already. You know what I mean? I'm like, I like haven't even developed that yet. I'm still like enjoying. I'm like had the kid filter where like everything is kind of. I mean, it's weird that there are drug needles and like you know, it's
you're
like
interested in science and shit.
Yeah. I wanted a telescope for Christmas. You know. It's like,
oh my god,
yeah.
You're fighting kids that are like kind of paying and like chipping in on the heat bill. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, there's kids coming to your school with like tin lunch pails and shit.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Now go fight him. It's like,
fuck, that's terrifying.
Yeah,
that's terrifing. That was like when I played baseball and there was like the big kids who could throw like. I mean, back then I swear it was like 90 miles an hour, and really they're throwing like 40, and it was like hitting the petrol. I'm like, I literally quit when I saw the kids who were throwing balls really fast. I was like, I'm done. I'm cool on baseball now.
Yeah.
I was not into that.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. As a little boy, when you see bigger like kids who are going to adolescence, it's like to fuck with them physically is scary.
Yeah, they're on a different gear.
Yeah.
A whole different gear. So
once you've already felt their wrath too, that's the other thing. You felt the wrath of someone who's physically much bigger than you.
Dude, and I didn't
like,
even
fuck.
I never even took a clean shot from one of these dudes, but I'll never forget this, man. It's who the fuck I think it's Gilbert. Dude, he took a swing at me, and I got just out of the way, but I felt the wind. Ugh. You know what I mean? And it felt like, so here's how the best way to describe it. It felt like my wind was like, psst, psst, and his wind was like, vroom, vroom. You know, and it was like, it was like the wind pushed me back a little bit.
Yeah.
I could not, there's no way.
I would do this, yeah.
That would have spun my head completely 360.
Horrible idea.
Yeah. So it was... That was it. I was like, I gotta learn something else.
Yeah,
like I gotta.
The switch to judo is sick.
Yeah, it was.
That's so funny. Your mom was disapproving. She's like, "This is fucking gay."
Yeah. But she didn't even know what judo was. True. She thought judo was karate. So she even told people that I did karate. Yeah. She thought karate was gay.
Yeah.
She just thought all of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's nerd stuff.
Yeah, and once MMA came around, it kind of showed like karate was kind of gay. You know what I mean?
That was kind of the test. Yeah. Karate was nerd. There's the one nerd self defense. It's the I never can remember the name of it. It's the one where it's just about like evading attacks. It's not judo. You're like actually trying to flip and stuff. That's the one. It's not judo, but it's like an offshoot of judo. It's not capoeira. Aikido. Yeah. Aikido's the one. That's like pure. I took some Aikido. Aikido's the one where isn't it the whole idea for Aikido to like completely neutralize and like not fight at all?
Well, that's also but it's also
without choking someone out or like fucking someone up.
It's also what Steven Seagal does in his movies.
I saw him. Yeah, he does Aikido. So it's it can be a brutal art, but it's supposed to be the striking version of judo. So judo is like the reversing your momentum and like taking you down. Sure.
And so it's like all of those principles in striking.
Gotcha.
So it's like it's almost
you're not really hurting people, are you? Is that like?
I mean, there are joint locks.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like a lot of throat chopping and shit. You know what I mean? Because that neutralizes. Like you're like a quick hit to the throat, and you're like, okay, I don't want to fight anymore.
Hard shin kick.
Yeah.
So I've definitely been hit by nerds in high school, and they always would they give me like a quick shin kick, and then like a hard elbow, like a spastic elbow.
Yeah, they find their thing that gets them off. You know, like everybody has a thing. Everybody has like a go-to thing. That was a funny thing to see growing up. The different kids had their, like, if something goes down, I'll just do this.
Yeah. Well, I was actually thinking about today how I was trying to think about what would happen if you took a kid, and I don't think anyone's ever done this, obviously, but like if you were to put a kid in like a totally, they might die actually. I'm trying to think. But if you were to put a kid in an isolated environment and let them you fed them, you monitored all their biological, the needs and necessities. And so that they didn't feel alone, you were communicating with them through like audio, some audio components. Apparently, I think if a kid never encounters like another person during its like formative attachment years, they end up like going nuts and freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
But if you were to like so you gave the person all they needed, you gave them all the instructions they needed, and like you were like there but not in spirit. You were just kind of like, or you were there not physically, but you were like instructing them, telling them what was going on, narrating what was going on. And then seeing what kind of like worldview they would come up with, like what their mythology of the world would be.
Interesting. So are we talking about in a community, or is this almost like part like the allegory of the cave? Like they're almost
allegory of the cave. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So I would love to have a kid in Total Darkness, but I don't know if they'd let me do that.
Yeah.
And then try to see. Well,
what I don't think they're gonna let you do this, but
no, they wouldn't. Because I was reading a book today about the origins of consciousness, and they went through all of the different explanations. Like the first explanation is like consciousness comes out of matter, and then there's like no, consciousness comes out of cellular organisms. Like no, consciousness comes out of learning, and like no, consciousness is this weird metaphysical property. So like I haven't got into the meat of this book yet.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, dude, I wonder what the fuck would happen if you just like let a kid in like a dark room and just see what the fuck comes, like what they start thinking of. Dude, but you'd have to give them language, because if there's like a window, if you don't teach kids language, they'll be mute. They'll just be like, and they'll just make like grunts and animal noises.
I want to see it because I feel like it would almost be like competing with a foreigner, right? Because like you put him out into the world, like he'll be American, like he'll speak English and stuff.
Yeah.
But then like you can instill just values in them and like not let them see how. Even though, because you're instilling values in kids as you're growing up, but they're also seeing people like alive, not living up to those values and ideals that you're instilling in them. So it's like they start to like a la carte this shit. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I don't have to not steal. I just have to not get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's shit. I lost my train of thought.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how I can capture this kid. I want to capture this kid and isolate them, but you'd have to give them something, because they'll just totally lose their minds, or just be like they'll just revert into like total like animal status.
If you're giving them just the instructions on how to be, I think they'll buy into it a lot more.
True.
In that environment. So then you like release them to the world. So let's just say what you're telling them is like, you even program them that eventually you'll be out in society with other people.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, listen, you got to work hard. You got to, this, like only finger Puerto Rican chicks before they're 30. You know what I mean? It's like, don't fuck with them afterwards.
Or fat wife, or happily fat wife.
Or if that's your thing when you get out there, you see that?
Highly respectable. I might try to raise someone to be like happily fat wife.
Yeah?
That's the fucking move, dude. I've always said if I ever came into like a real serious sum of money, I would pay a large fat Asian lady to drive me on a motorcycle everywhere. That would be like the first thing I would do if I came into like, money where I can arrange transportation.
I would do that.
And I would just grip her.
Yeah, I don't want to love her though.
I more so just want to show off.
Yeah. I'll show off with her.
I want to get like a vehicle that can like really like, so I'd have to get like a custom built motorcycle, because I'm going for like crane out. I would basically, maybe I'll get an Asian lady, and I'll raise an Asian lady from infancy to be like my fat transporter. Just feed her, be like, I would just appear like and be like, I am God, and then just make her like the world is an illusion. Don't fall for any of it, and have her just transport me around.
That would be
that's my
sick.
fat transporter.
Man,
just and I would raise a fearless motorcyclist. So I'd be able to like hold on to this like big soft fat lady and have her fly on a motorcycle.
Like you guys would be like doing that thing where they skid and go to the side like under semi trucks and shit. I'd be sick.
Yeah, I was thinking about the dude. Also in that book, they were talking about how you can cut a worm in half, and it becomes 2 worms.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That is pretty sick.
So I mean, I know worms don't think about much because it was saying how like we project all of our consciousness. That's why we think animals have consciousness, because we project. Although with dogs, I'm not convinced they don't have it. But with a worm, you'll cut a worm in half, and you're like it's writhing in agony. But it's like it's not technically what they say. It's not feeling anything. Yeah. And then if you cut it in half, you're actually doing the worm population and the bird population a favor. Because if you cut them right in half, they eventually grow back, and now it's 2 worms. So it's like, is that 2 distinct worms, or are all worms all the same thing? So there's like no distinction in worms, basically.
So then that is to say that worms don't experience consciousness of any kind.
Yeah.
But that's according to what if we haven't been able to define consciousness, can we really say that a worm isn't experiencing it?
That's the thing, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But again, if you cut a worm in half and it's like, fuck, and then it's just like, now it's another worm. Like, do worms fuck each other? Or do they just like wait to get cut in half by shovels? Like, oh god, yeah.
But like a bird that didn't realize how full it was until it tried one extra bite. It was like, and it snaps a worm in half. Like, no, I don't want that. Yeah, I
mean, if birds were smart, they'd eat half a worm and it would just be never ending.
Yeah, but maybe they do. Like birds figure out some shit, man. Like that's the thing. So it's really interesting how we try to say that different things don't experience consciousness.
Yeah.
But then we see these animals, like these creatures, these lower level creatures, they figure shit out in their environment.
And that's the other thing too. They're like, is learning consciousness. But then again, there's like you can have so you can teach like a dog, or even a person. You can Pavlonianly do Pavlonian conditioning to a human, to where like a bell sounds, they're getting shocked, and then they hear the bell, and they're like, oh, so like that's learned. And people say it's consciousness, but then there's a whole part of that where humans being like, what the fuck? Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? And maybe animals do that too. Who knows?
I mean, it's like we don't even have like a working definition for consciousness in this conversation. But if you have a problem and you come up with a solution, somewhere between there was consciousness, right?
Yeah.
Like not necessarily at point A, not necessarily at point B, but in between.
Yeah, and that's where it gets confusing, because people talk about that as learning, and then the consciousness is more imagination. The ability to be able to like understand the future, different phases of time, all that weird stuff.
Yeah.
And technically you learn that, but there's also, dude, this stuff's like super fucking complicated. So I'm excited to read the book, because apparently the writer posits a theory on where it comes from. Mm-hmm. And he says it's from the breakdown of the bicameral mind. Don't know what that means, so I'm excited to find out what that is.
Man. Yeah, I'm excited for you.
I got a nice one today, dude. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
So I started reading that. I also started reading a book about the it's called, it's about like we were talking about before, like Rosicrucians and all that stuff, and all like that.
Secret societies.
Yeah. What the fuck's this book called?
Yeah, the book I have on that is called The Secret History of the World.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fun.
Let me see where it's all about. It's where the idea of the dweller and the threshold came from.
Okay.
So the dweller on the threshold is this idea where like, and this comes from all these weird like alchemy, occult kind of things. But
You're
it's
speaking
like,
my language, dog.
Dude, I fucking love this shit.
Yeah.
It was funny today. I went into that bookstore and I'm like, do you have books on the Rosicrucians? She's like, no, I don't know where you'd find that. I'm like, I'd have to find probably like a sage or a master. And the lady's like, that'll be $34. I'm like, all right. Sorry.
No, you gotta like show up with like a lotus tile or some shit.
Yeah, dude.
You know, it's like you didn't ask the right way. You know.
That's true. But dude, I didn't even talk about this. This guy, someone compiled a bunch of fucking someone gave me a literal dossier on Philadelphia, like Masonic symbolism.
Okay. So wait, I mean, are you?
It's like 8 pages.
What is your? I'm not asking you the name of your source, but what is your source's level of credibility in this regard?
Apparently, they're by birth. There's a lot of this stuff is birthline.
Yeah.
By bloodline, they're connected to one of the original families. You know the hermit caves in Wissahickon? We've went to them before.
Okay.
Remember the little shack in the Wissahickon where like It's called Hermit
Lane.
Lane.
Yeah, where the two.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, there's that little. It's like a little. Hermit Lane was named after there was a German like mystics that went there and lived in Philadelphia in like the 1800s.
Okay.
And their whole thing was they were living like pretty much with the land. They were like mystics that lived there like communally with the land. He's from the bloodline of the OG people that lived in Hermit Cave, like Hermit Lane, Hermit Creek, all that stuff.
Damn.
So it's like venerable, very venerable bloodline.
I'm a descendant of Hermit Lane.
Yeah, of like the original mystic settlers that moved in there.
Okay.
I swear we went. Remember, dude, this was like a while ago. This is when remember I brought my dog, my old dog, my dog from
the husky,
the Akita.
Akita, yeah.
We went down there. We went down to that little cave.
Yeah.
That was when my ex-girlfriend popped up and showed us. Remember the woods?
Yeah.
And she told me my fucking dog.
Yeah, one of the most. Dude, that was
the weirdest fucking thing.
That was a wild day.
And then told me that like, oh yeah, your dog's totally fine to run off leash, and it like Kelly drive. My dog could have ran into the fucking highway.
Yeah. And my son fell in love with your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Fuck, God, dude.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was weird. It was very strange. I remember she was like, "Come check it out. We're just seeing the woods," and I was like, "Yeah, I guess I'll let you show me around it, dude."
Yeah.
What was going on in my mind? How could I be so lame of mind, dude? Trust my double ex-girlfriend, dude, in the woods.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was a nice break from my day.
It was fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Meanwhile, I was battling my demons roll out. That was the weirdest fucking thing. That was the weirdest fucking thing. I was married. I moved to an area of Philadelphia where I really didn't like. It was like a weird area.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that my ex-girlfriend lived somehow by chance like 2 minutes away in the same neighborhood. Just ended up living there. I just bumped into her. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And she was like, I mean, your ex-wife was pretty mean. And she seemed nice at the time, you know what I mean? Which is like
it's the audition
that
phase,
seemed
bro.
Dangerous, you know?
Oh yeah, dude.
You know,
I knew that was like coming out of Hurricane Irene, hitting Hurricane Dorian.
Gotcha.
So I was like,
so she was hiding.
Oh, dude, I was like that. The Jack in the Box was wound tight. I was sitting there just kind of like, yeah. You want to show me the trails? Okay, this is nice. Yeah, dude, that was like I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But also I was dealing with like my ex-wife being like, no, it's cool. Like she was defending her heavy use of dude friends. She's like, I have guy friends. And she's like, and I'd be like, well, if I were my ex, she's like, you can go hang out all of a sudden. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's do it.
All right.
But
just
I'm
so you know when I'm around, I get boners.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't help that, so I am. Yeah. No, me and Nancy. I mean, it's just like I have female friends, but I don't make female friends. You know what I mean? I'm not like out there, and I'm not. I don't know. I don't do that. Like hang out with a bunch of.
I don't know how you'd go about making a female. Because I would feel as if the girl thought I was trying to fuck her. And
if she didn't, it would be like, well, why don't you think I'm trying to fuck you? You know, it's like, why don't you think I would try to fuck you?
Yeah,
like, that's not comfortable for a guy. Like a lot of girls think that's a compliment. Where it's like, oh, I don't even feel like you would try to have. It's like, well, I mean, why? Why don't you think that? I'm a man with a working dick. Like, why don't you think that?
Exactly. Well, there was always something I've had with exes where they're like, no, he's just like my friend. Like we could sleep in the same bed together. We've done it, and he's like never even tried anything. I was like, what?
No.
I was like, you didn't even grab you like and I was like, I'm not being an asshole, but if I'm in the same bed, I'm gonna at least try to like see what happens with that. Unless it's like a weird survival situation, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like if you're talking about a single man having a girl come home and be like, can I mind if I crash here? In my head, I'm like, I'm definitely gonna. You could obviously, but just know that I'm obviously gonna see.
Dude, a girl tried to put me in that friend space in college one time, and she went to a school in Penn State. Or she went to Penn State. I don't know. I think it was main campus.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to Lafayette, so we were like 4 hours away from each other. She came to visit. We met working at a telemarketing company that summer.
Yeah.
She came to visit, and I had a futon and I had a lofted bunk bed in a single, right?
Yeah.
So I offered to sleep. Oh shit! I offered to sleep in my lofted single, and she could have the whole entire futon. Mm-hmm. She insisted that I sleep in the futon with her. Right? And it's like, yeah, I made a move.
Of course.
You know, and it's like...
I mean, that you could argue that's a move. Like, no, come down here and sleep in this
To me, that was a move.
I mean, that
is. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck. All right, I thought you were trying to do a friend thing, but okay, I'll come in the bed with you.
Yeah.
You know? And then, like, I made a move and she was like, no. And I didn't do anything. And then I was just sitting there with a fucking rock hard boner.
But you have a boner by then.
Yeah. So I fucking texted one of the chicks I was fucking, got up, and I was like, I'll be right back.
Ooh.
I left, banged out one of those chicks, and
came back.
I mean, it was my room. Where am I going to sleep?
I'm not faulting you. Did she know?
I mean,
you went out.
I definitely didn't have the lust in me anymore, you know. So I wasn't like.
She didn't say like, where did you go?
No, I mean, it's like, dude, we're friends. Like, you don't get to ask me where I'm going. If like,
true,
you know, it's.
I wonder if my lack of female friends is just the fact that I'm a pervert.
Yeah.
So I've never had female friends, but I wonder if they're like, oh, this guy's a pervert. Because I recently have been able to have them now, but because I'm in a relationship, I'm like not trying to. It's funny because like when I was younger, was full on like anti-girlfriend. If I'm in a relationship, too bad. I'm like just trying to get pussy. Like that was my ethos carrying me all the way through like to like basically 28.
Mm-hmm.
So like I wonder if chicks would kind of feel that out because I never had like the offers of female friendship or the opportunity. It would get muddled up with some weird shit.
Yeah.
And then it was off. But recently, because I guess I don't put that out really anymore.
Yeah, it's like women want to hang around a tiger that doesn't want to eat them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like one of the things, or like even like in a relationship, like a woman wants to be with a tiger. She wants a killer that doesn't kill. You know, so it's like, you know, you they want a guy that, like you said, is desirable to other women. Like you said earlier, like, you know, she calls her friends up, like, could you believe he's bringing me a cheesesteak? Like, that's what she wants a fucking tiger to do? Yeah. To bring you cheesesteaks while they're having fun somewhere? Well, you know what I mean?
That's when you get into a lot of like animus possession shit, where like you get chicks who like are just getting off now and like boosting their ego by being like, I'm commanding this dude, rather than it being like, there's some dude here, he's nice, we do nice things. It's like you have to then like capture and control the male spirit and then like show how much you do that. It's kind of sick, man.
It's much more of it's much more coveted for them to control like a guy like you than, you know, like fucking Aaron Nevins or. You know what I mean? It's like you're a win for them. You're a masculine like don't tread on me tattooed on you somewhere.
No, dude, it's fucking sick.
It is sick. You know what I mean? And like a girl sees that tattoo and that's a challenge to her.
Yeah, Well, I mean, it's what I've always experienced with dating is that I feel like women want to. It's weird. It's like they want to. Get a dude, like you were saying, like a dude who would like they think who's not going to like date them and be like, oh, thank God I'm dating a girl. I'm so excited to date a girl. What do you want me to do? That have a little bit of pushback.
Yeah.
You know, but they want to eliminate the pushback, but they also don't want to eliminate the pushback.
Yeah.
So they seek to eliminate the pushback, let's call it, or like you not giving them their way every time. They try to absolutely cripple the whole regime of that's you and your like own independent personality. It seems kind of bad. Yeah. But they'll try to like your will, I guess. They try to like take that out, but as that leaves, they start to like you less. It's really weird.
They do.
That's the paradoxical thing about dating. I found out that it's like just in any relationship, it's like a lot of times I just might have a type too. I don't know.
Yeah.
But a lot of times they try to like cut off the thing that makes you that like originally they liked. They try to stop. Dude, I don't date guys who smoked weed. It's like I was smoking weed the night you met me.
Yeah.
You know, and this wasn't with Brittany, but it was with other people being like, I don't date guys who smoke weed. And then like you would go along with that a little bit, or if you're just like, fuck it. You know, it's weird. It's a very weird thing. They try to completely deconstruct your personality, and then if you actually give into it, they're just bored and they leave you.
Yeah, I found. So I was. Yeah, it's like you can. It was easier. I just learned how to be honest, right?
Yeah,
because it's that's you dedicate your life to loyalty. But if you're not being honest, then you can't truly be loyal because you're always gonna. Because if like I can't, especially early on when it was like, we've been together for like 20 years, right? Mm-hmm. And so for like the first 6 years, we were young, and you know I didn't know anything about being in a relationship. You know I was still cheating and shit. So, but when we were deciding, okay, the dumb shit's over, let's put it all on the table. For a little while, I had to be honest about like saw a girl today. Typically, I would have tried and I really had to not
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she was giving me, wasn't easy,
Yeah, I mean, you would come and be like, I wanted to bone, but I didn't.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty
sick. It's like, listen,
that's a lot of good boy points. To be like, damn, I wanted to fuck this chick so bad. That's a psyop, dude.
Yeah, and it was like, she wanted to
start throwing that in the mix more.
Well, you see now it's now it's got to be from the other end.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's got to be from the other, because it's like we're too deep into a relationship now for me to be like, man, I've conquered that to some degree. Yeah. Like I know how to handle that without bringing her into the fold. Right?
Sure, yeah.
So, but what you can do now is be like, man, there was a woman at a place that would not leave me alone.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's like, I get it, I'm in shape, but like, let my arm go for a second, please.
Yeah, you're right. I don't stoke the jealousy flames at all with her.
Yeah.
I should start stoking them.
Oh no, I tell her. I let Ansley know. I let you know any time a chick comes on to me, she hears about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good practice to get into.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was like, I don't want to know every time a guy comes on to you. I'm good.
It fucking makes me angry.
That's all we talk about.
Yeah. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about my dude. That's it's not a bad move, dude.
That's pretty sick. I feel good.
Go back and like, dude, this girl will not leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that. I'm like, I'm not even bringing this up. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I do it in a funny way. I mean, I don't bring it up, in a just like, hey, we're gonna go through the minutes of my day. You know, and it's if it comes up,
I'm just gonna start making it up.
Yeah,
I'm like, there was this chick. She grabbed my fucking ass.
Yeah,
but dude, I got to. It's 9:00. I got to. Speaking of my pregnant girlfriend, I got to go get her.
Absolutely.
That was sick. That was perfect. Hour and 22 minutes.
Hell yeah.
For the page. What else you got going on?
Just living life. I think a lot of people probably already know I podcast Two Jack Bros.
Fuck yeah.
You're always welcome to come aboard, and like I said, I'm always thankful for all the people that have come. It's like, dude, it changed my podcast life.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, so
yeah, and we'll have some. It's fun. The podcast is in a strange times, dude.
Yeah,
it's good. It's all good. It's all good. All great stuff.
It is. I'm.
It's fun. So we'll so we'll go.
Yeah, but it's
Let's do it.
All right, thanks.
So so I will say this: the ship's sailing, dude. If you want to jump off, if you want to fucking cry, if you want to fucking mutiny, do so.
Well, let me say this for you guys too. Like, not only is the ship strong, but now is a good time for you to get your friends on the ship, and then they'll be thanking you later. Like,
exactly.